All right, welcome back to let's call this Music Central. This is something a little different, Still part of You Not Gonna Like This. It's your guy Ira here, as always, main face of You Not Gonna Like This, and this is something new, I say this is something we added to the You Not Gonna Like This enterprises. Yep, I say enterprises. We getting big over here, and we and we got Music Central. And this is just something new I came up with because we did the music series previously. And, that was a good turnout. Everything turned out pretty well with that. And I was working on the album series, but Jamil told me this when I first started this thing, that it's way too much music to listen to. And yeah, it's too much to listen to. I ain't gonna cover every album under the sun, but hopefully with this, we'll cover as much and we'll have actually, meaningful dialogues on said albums that we talk about and so forth. So, if you got an album you want to hear us talk about, artists, whatever, we're here and we're going to chime on it. But nonetheless, let me introduce you to the rest of the crew. We got Devin, Peanut, and Jamil, who want to go first and introduce themselves.
First, your mic echoing. That joint echo. Joint got an echo to it.
It's probably echoing because I don't have shit in my apartment, so my voice is carrying. No disrespect. Hey, look, we all trying to survive out here at the end of the day, but I ain't got nothing in here, so it's gonna echo regardless of what I do.
All right, well, I go first. What's going on? It's your boy, Peanut. I am the creator of the You Not Gonna Like This logo. So get at me if you need me. Know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here.
I go. This is Jamil. We back at it again. We're gonna be back with more hot takes. And we got one for it right now. Right when I was starting stuff.
Here we go. Devin.
I'm Dev, so I'm ready to get some hot takes as well. I'm ready to review some music. Ready to jump into this.
All right, so who's not with us today is my co-host PJ. God has been with us since the beginning of it all. He couldn't join us tonight, has some other obligations to attend to. But first thing first is the direction of where we going with this. So in these first 5 episodes, since there are 5 of us, I figured we start off with our favorite project by our favorite artists, and none other. You see this shirt, so we got to start with myself first. And y'all should already know that we're talking about J.Cole today. And I'll tell y'all the future projects we're gonna talk about towards the end of the episode. But nonetheless, I've said this once, said this twice, probably said this millions of times throughout the podcast, the music series, music episodes, whatever we did, that J. Cole is my favorite rap artist. And my favorite album by J. Cole is no other than For Your Eyez Only. I think this is my favorite project. It's not his best project, but it's my favorite one. Pete don't agree with me. He says there's no skips, but I think if you try to listen to the album in its entirety, you can't skip a track. You can't do it. But, overall for me, I think for this album, storytelling was a huge factor. I think J. Cole captured his best friend the best way he could. Songs 1 through, I believe there were 12 of them. Each one, told a piece of his life and his story. My favorite song entirely by the album is For Your Eyez Only. That is an 8-minute masterpiece. I have never heard any track that long that is so good. That's just me. Bro. And I see Peanut grabbing his face here because he keep thinking I'm getting the track. I want to see what he says. But for me, my favorite track on this album is For Your Eyez Only. I'll let y'all go ahead. Pete, Devin, Jamil, who want to go first?
I'll let Jam go first.
All right, cool.
Jam, I want to hear what he had to say.
I fuck with that. Okay. I thought the album was pretty solid. I thought it had some great storytelling. It was really concise, really short, and I thought the narrative was really easy to follow. Yeah, it was. I don't know if it's classic. I don't know if it's a classic, but I would say it's a pretty solid album. Yeah.
No, it ain't no classic. No, it ain't no classic.
All right.
Do you want to dive into like the pros and cons or anything, or just my overall thoughts at first?
I just did favorite track just to give a little brief, concise, just to wrap up because I was going for like 4 minutes.
Gotcha. So my favorite tracks were Change, Neighbors, For Your Eyez Only, and She's Mine Part 2. My least favorite tracks were Ville Mentality, Folding Clothes.
Whoa.
I'm not a big fan of Cole singing. I'm not a big fan. I think he's atrocious at it. I think he ruins the album with his singing. And I think some features were probably make the album.
I'm not going to say
Ville Mentality. Out of all the tracks he chose Ville Mentality.
I thought the beat was nice. The piano was really nice, but I didn't like his singing.
The song itself was him on the song was not that good. The beat, the beat was good, but he was not good.
Yeah, his vocals, a little shaky. Bro can't sing at all.
He tried.
Tried.
But can you imagine if he had someone like Childish Gambino singing instead of
that would have been nice. That would have been nice. But
it would have been, but J.Cole was in that, that stage of, I don't need you on my shit. I can do my own thing. And he still delivered. So
I would say my favorite tracks.
This is one of Cole's irrelevant. Like, this album is just out there in the world. Nobody really cares about this album. It for me, it go KOD than this. They just
Lord.
Like, they just came and went. This is also going through. I'm not a big Cole fan. I'm not. So this album not being as good as y'all Cole fans like to say. Yeah, it's just irrelevant. Immortal is a good song. It's a good song. I'll give them that. But other than that, man, they're gonna just be out there. They just be floating around. I'm actually shocked when I went to my Apple Music and I got it on it. I said, "What? Who hacked my stuff?" Say somebody hacked because I don't know why it's on there. But yeah, I mean, Cole just this album here, man, it's just irrelevant. It is out there. It's irrelevant, man.
I'm gonna stick up
to you. I'm
gonna stick up for Cole.
But last time I checked, shit did go double platinum. I'm just saying it's not as relevant as you made to yourself.
Look, with the Cole, the Drake, the Kendricks, the Kanye's numbers, they don't do numbers.
They're already established. Like, they're already established, so they can literally record themselves taking shit and people will buy it. They're already established.
but the quality of the project was good though. But you say it's irrelevant. So explain to me why the album is irrelevant to you.
No replayability, maybe.
Yeah, because this and KOD, like other, like okay, a casual Cole fan, you still know Cole albums, but there's nobody talk about this. Nobody talk about in the decade of the 2010 to 2020, this be one of the best albums. No, nobody even talk about it. This and KOD. People act like this has never came out. Like now we don't. It's either what he just dropped for 2014 Fortell, and other now I don't really know the rest of his album, but yeah, like nobody talk about this. You ain't other than like you being a Cole fan, you care about this album. But casual hip hop fan, you like, yo, how you feel about Cole for Your Eyez Only? I guess that's most likely what they gonna say.
Hey, I agree with him.
That's most likely what they gonna say.
There's only a few people I know that be like, "Oh, For Your Eyez Only was something
And
to
they
look
use
at."
Cole like a Cole super fan, right?
Yeah, they usually very intrigued with Cole's discography.
But this album it's not trash. Like it's not like the worst album we've heard, but I don't think it's top tier or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I would give it like maybe a 6.5, 7 out of 10. There's a lot of skippable tracks, but the themes and the concept are all there. It's just the production can be a little boring, and Cole's rapping can be a little too straightforward.
Here we go. I know.
I think he produced this. Didn't he produce this?
Go ahead.
Like, didn't he produce this album?
I think he did.
Repeat that for
me. His production,
it's hit or miss, right? It's hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah, his production is not. He's not really on anything.
Cole, thank you, Cole. Thank you, Cole. He laid the beat.
Well, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. It's kind of hard to produce your whole album. That shit, man, that's tough.
Tyler the Creator did it though.
That's tough. And for him to produce that whole album and still get a good review overall, you can't hate with so much. Like I don't think another artist in the last 10 years has ever produced and did everything on the album. Like he did that whole album himself.
Nigga, Kanye West is a person.
Russ,
Kanye West has multiple producers on his album, so let's now.
Cole's probably use producers on his album.
Russ does it. Tyler does it.
Tyler just had DJ Drama on his, and that just put him.
No, he was like a glorified PR. Like he didn't make the beats or anything. Tyler made all the beats.
And you see how well that album,
like commercially didn't do well, but critically, people
I'm
love
just saying.
DJ Khaled.
I'm just saying, album, had a lot of commercial and critical success, while one album just was adored by the critics and had no commercial. I think you gotta have both to, actually consider it a good album.
No,
I don't know about that.
What you mean? So you telling me you can have critical success, but no commercial?
Yeah.
That's terrible. That's what they don't say.
Come on, bro. Right. Think about all the albums. Think about all the albums that didn't even go platinum, but they considered classic albums.
What albums?
36 Chambers is a gold album.
36 Chambers is a gold. Well, okay.
No, bro.
I 36 Chambers. That was not the best thing I ever heard. That sounded like a complete cipher. The entire.
It's a classic. The world is a classic.
It's just a cipher, bro. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you.
Classic album.
Wu-Tang just is Wu-Tang because they had those sharp bars, stuff that would,
I'm saying like it wasn't big commercial success, but critically it's.
Have you heard
at the same time, Wu-Tang didn't have that much of a following until after 36 Chambers.
Well, it was a debut album, so.
This
is J. Cole's debut album.
This is J. Cole.
This is like his junior album or something.
Just
Because he
saying.
had all those other mixtapes and stuff.
I think it's
But it was
four.
still, but all right, so better question is, Devin, what was Tyler Creator's album then? What was it? Where was it? In terms of like, was it gold? Was it silver? Was it
I think it went number 1 on the Billboard. I don't know how many sales it.
Oh, you mean Igor?
Oh no. If Call Me If You Get Lost. Both of them were produced by Tyler. Overall, I think both of them went number 1.
DJ Drama did Call Me If You Get Lost.
He didn't make the beats.
Oh, he definitely did, because I heard his voice like 12 out of 10 of the songs.
He didn't make the beats, bro.
I can't say that. DJ Khaled said I haven't touched an instrument in years, but he still produces.
So DJ Drama just there for his voice. I ain't know DJ Drama had a prominent, following to be like, oh, it's DJ Drama in the background. Okay.
You didn't know that?
So DJ Drama did not touch an instrument on the entire album.
DJ Khaled's album, he doesn't always.
DJ Khaled is not even a real DJ. So let's next.
He was back in the day. Back in the day.
That's like saying a rapper who don't rap no more ain't a rapper.
Ain't it?
DJ Khaled not even really a DJ. I'm just gonna keep.
We ain't gonna say all that now.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. If you was to name like all of the DJs and producers that you can name over the course of rap, is DJ Khaled in your top 10 for either both?
I don't think he in my top 10, but that ain't the point.
All right, here's a better.
That's a great point. That's a great point, because if you're good and you're well known for what you do, you gotta be somewhere. Even if he's not in your top 10, he's in your honorable mentions.
Top 10 producer?
Producers, DJ, however you choose it.
You don't even know 10 DJs yourself to even make a top 10.
But
DJ.
Okay, throw him in the producer then. All right, where would he go?
I think he produced Jack Harlow's album, but he didn't make any of the beats on it either. So he's kind of like the plug, if that makes sense. He's just like the PR.
You're not helping the case. Not helping it.
Yeah, that would help.
Also not helping.
I was just saying, like, you can be a producer but not make the beats on an album.
Yeah,
that makes
it's very possible.
Isn't that the producer's job?
No.
So he just sits there and just says, "Oh yeah."
Sometimes some producers make the beats. Some others are just like a glorified PR person.
Who does that? Yeah, I want you make this instrument go how I wanted to go, and I'm gonna take the credit of it. Is that how it go?
Yo, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
when they say who produced the album, I'm thinking about who made the beat.
Nah,
that's ass. That's ass.
Last album. The intro to the last album. That quiet. He ain't make. He told him, look, y'all do this. And matter of fact, y'all will still get y'all church. The person who orchestrated, he gonna do it. Y'all just send it back to me, and I'm gonna make it seem like it's a beat. That's all he did. He ain't sample that.
Wow. Well, I hope that kind of ruins the art of producing. Sheesh.
They billionaires, man. They ain't got time to be beating on the drums.
Well, I'm gonna keep it real. Okay. So if we got producers out here just saying, "Oh yeah, that's good," then how can y'all come at Cole with his producing if he really sat there and produced it? Because we got videos of this man sitting here actually producing the album, not just here going like, "Oh yeah, that sounds good."
I mean,
Cole's a cool producer, but Cole's not the way you like. Oh, that's great. I don't really care about
the way you just presented that to me. You just made a producer sound like a head coach of a football team, just calling shots and not doing shit.
Some producers are, yeah.
Hey, TJ, I would say most producers make their own beats. Like if you see a producing credit, they're making their own beats. But like for DJ Drama and DJ Khaled, they're not making the beats.
They ain't got no time for that. Diddy was like, hey.
Oh yeah, Diddy too. Yeah, Diddy wasn't making the beats.
Turn this up, turn that down, get a little bounce, and that's it. He ain't always got to touch a machine or
Well, that's rough to hear. That's rough to hear. That's rough to hear. Well,
why is this your favorite album?
So what we've learned here is we definitely cannot come at Cole for his producing because we got people out here just head coaching songs. Nah.
Well, it's only a few people.
All right, well, you just named two of the most prominent names DJ wise in music.
Bro, we all know DJ Khaled wasn't doing shit, but just yelling his name over a track.
So wait, I got a question then. So the question of the day is, if this man was never doing anything, how the hell did he make all this damn money if he won't ever do nothing?
He has bro. So he knows Beyonce and Jay-Z, so he'd be like, yo, yeah, get on a track with, I don't know, Kanye or some shit like that. And
so he's just making money off the streams, which
he's getting people together, if that makes sense. To make it.
You don't start off that way. Like Kanye can start off how you go into it. Like if I'm DJ Khaled, Vince, I ain't gonna have the time to be sitting in the studio 24/7, banging on this beat machine, doing these samples. But I can get somebody else to do it. Then I come in and give my input and lay it how I wanted to be laid. You might have made the drums, the snares, the claps, or whatever, but I'm still going to lay them out how I want to lay it out.
You know, that would sound good, but the fact that DJ Khaled, I ain't never, ever heard this man a guest appearance on anything big at all.
What you mean?
It would sound better for him. But I have never heard DJ Khaled. Oh, DJ Khaled was this, he was the DJ for, Drake's album release party, or, Lil Baby's birthday party, just something random.
DJ Khaled doesn't do this stuff no more.
Like he used to be a DJ. Like he used to.
Yeah, he came into the game with DJ. He was a DJ.
Right.
Then he came with
well, then that answers the question why he has so many damn features on his songs now.
That's all producers, Ira. What producer you gonna name that rap? Dr. Dre did rap on.
Hey, look. King Disease 2, we got my man Hit Boy with a bar out there. Just saying.
And Nas probably wrote it. Hit Boy, say this.
No, you're not gonna lie.
Hit Boy, say this.
He probably did.
Hit Boy, say this.
But nonetheless, all I hear is, we got head coach in a song. So I'm just coming to the conclusion that we can't come at artists that produce their own project. If they
there's only a few people.
I mean, we can if it's not good.
There's only a few people though.
Yeah,
all right, so J.Cole, we named Tyler, the Creator. Who else do you think? We know Kanye West does it, of course. That's obvious. So we got 3 people, and all 3 people have had good success on albums that they produce by themselves, if not entirely. So was the production really that bad, or?
Well, it wasn't bad. I would just say it's mid. Like if J. Cole's considered a top tier artist, right? Is he considered a top tier artist?
Yeah,
I would consider him a top tier artist.
You would expect his production to be on point then, right?
But he's not known for that. I don't expect nothing that somebody's not known for. J. Cole has never been known to be a producer. That's Kanye West.
Yeah,
Kanye
but
West produced,
he decided to produce his album.
Yeah, he still put it out.
He said, I'm gonna sit down and produce his album. I feel like if you did that and released it to the public, it should have had some kind of, it should have been on some kind of level.
Well, all right, so then let me point this out to you. All right, so Neighbors for Jake, Neighbors is a reverse version of Forbidden Fruit. So let's just go ahead and put that out there. I don't know if that takes a lot of time. Jamil can correct me if that takes a while to reverse a beat, but Neighbors is a reverse version of Forbidden Fruit. And if you heard Forbidden Fruit, that's probably one of the hardest beats J. Cole has ever put together.
Well, let me tell you something.
That's one song.
If that's true, that all he did was just reverse the beat. Could have got a baby to do that. Just let her determine.
All right, what about
the production here? Well, then let's move on to production, since that did not do a lot for a lot of people. So then let's go to, I guess, lyrics. Okay, Devin's not a huge fan of J. Cole lyrics. He thinks they need to be more elaborate. He needs to, I guess, I don't know. What do you mean? Because you think J. Cole spits elementary bars.
I don't know, does his metaphors or wordplay surprise anyone? Or does it go over anyone's head?
No.
It's pretty standard.
I would say so. I
don't think.
So what do you expect? So you're telling me you would expect a rapper to rap something that you just couldn't put together?
I mean, that means a lyricist, yeah.
The way
Why?
The
Why would I
way
want to
he's
listen to
genius
that?
to understand what he's
If
talking
I
about.
cannot understand it, why would I want to listen?
no,
It's not that you can't understand it. It's the fact that you have to take time to understand it.
Well, if we look
Some
at
other, like-
change, if we look at the last verse of change, and to the part we had the outro on the last part of change, that's not a simple metaphor. I've had to listen to that at least a couple times to actually put that together of what he was saying and what he was trying to do. So I'm just keeping it real, like, come on, change is a prime example of not a regular bar. I guess you could say more of his regular bars would be like Immortal. Immortal was really,
it's not his content or his, like, the concept or the themes or whatever. It's just how he presents them, if that makes sense. So the content's all there. He's talking about some good stuff, but just on a technical perspective, I think Kendrick's more lyrical. Andre 3000 is more lyrical artists than J. Cole.
We're naming, you named the obvious ones that are more lyrical than Cole here. So I'm not going to argue that. There's nothing I can put up for that.
Yeah. I'm not saying he's bad again.
I'm not saying, like, to me, all right, this how J. Cole falls to me perfectly. J. Cole has never, it's like J. Cole to me personally, it's like he's mediocre at everything, which makes him good overall, if that makes perfect sense. Like, he's good at lyrics and he's good at artistry, but he's not the best at artistry. He's not the best at lyrics, but it still creates a good artist.
You said mediocre, though.
He's good at being good.
Mediocre might not be the term to use, but good makes great, if you get what I mean.
He's good at being good.
He's good at being good.
And he knows how to approach it. That's all.
I tried to break it down, but y'all just kind of shot him over that.
He's good at being good. He ain't no great.
I'm sorry, he's great at being good. He's great at being good.
He's great at being good.
Like Cole, man.
So then the question of the day is, where does J. Cole rank amongst all-time rappers?
That's a different discussion, dude.
He in the 30s.
The 30s, hey,
30s, yeah.
Kick him out.
I would say top 30.
He has an album that transcended hip hop, right?
30? 30? Sheesh, come on now.
30s.
He dropped an album that was game changing.
Some things you have to sit down and think about, and MC is something I think about.
Drive is the closest thing to a game changing album that he has.
2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah,
but that was, you've heard the stuff before. You heard his type of lyrics. You heard the beats he uses. You've heard the type of music he makes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like once you put out your best work, it's hard to ever get back to that best work. Like, you'll never, like, if you prime examples would be, like, obviously Forest Hills Drive. J. Cole can never, ever really top Forest Hills Drive. No matter how much work he puts into that studio, Forest Hills Drive is just too memorable. Like, each track is number one in its own way. Like, each track, because if not, can be number one on the Billboard. Each track can. And it's hard to top that. Even with Drake, prime example, Nothing Was the Same. I haven't heard anything better from Drake since.
If you're reading this too late, I think it's a little better, but
arguable. I'll give you that one. But besides them two, ain't shit better.
But TJ, if you think about it, no artist is on top forever, right?
That's been better than either of them two. We could use
Jay-Z, anyone.
Well, I can't use Tupac or Biggie because both of them passed away before we could really see what they were. The afterlife was for them.
You can't use those.
Hold on now.
Way after personally, one of my favorite albums by Hov is definitely like the original Blueprint. I definitely like that one. That one resonates well.
The people you listed now took no time to release classics. It took J. Cole a while to release a classic. Biggie's first album is a classic. You get what I'm saying? You said what?
You said Reasonable Doubt is a classic.
Yeah, I'm saying Biggie's first album is a classic. Ready to Die. Reasonable Doubt is a classic.
Bro, I think both of Biggie's albums are considered classics, though.
Yeah.
Well, he did go number one post. There had to be some.
They took no time to release classics. J.Cole took some time.
Yeah.
When you use Reasonable Doubt and Ready to Die, that's your debut. Like your debut. You nobody's expecting anything out of you. They just know you. You know, I'm Christopher. That's Biggie's real name for those that don't know. I'm just Christopher.
Biggie
That's all
had
they
a name
know.
before he released that album.
There is no Biggie. There is no Smalls. There is no
He had a name before he released that album.
It's just Christopher Smalls. That's it.
Bro,
That's all they know he has.
No,
so then
he
you
had
can come out and do that, and it's like, whoa.
He had a name before he released that album.
How much of a name, Pete? How much?
He was big where he was from. Now he was big in that. area.
You watched the movie Notorious?
Big in his area. That's cool, but like,
and you got to think about the area he's from now, Brooklyn, New York.
All right, so Biggie comes out in '94. So we got a Tribe Called Quest. We got Wu-Tang. We got LL Cool J. We got Nas and him debuted the same year. Let me see who else. That's the four I can name on the top of my head, because the other guys, Tupac, Snoop Dogg, all of those are West Coast. So like, besides Wu-Tang, a Tribe, and then LL Cool J, what other artists was big like fighting for position for once Ready to Die dropped?
Ira, that's 4. You just named 4.
Who's the fourth? Nas. But Nas came out the same year as Biggie, so I kind of.
So you just named 3 people.
Huh? Repeat that.
You just named 3 people.
Yeah, I named LL, Wu-Tang, and a Tribe Called Quest because all those guys are from New York at the time.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard for you to come out at that time. Like, we gotta.
I think the Fugees came out that year too with Lauryn Hill.
But I feel like when it comes to New York rap, New York was really, really hard to come out of after Biggie became Biggie, after Jay-Z became Jay-Z. Then you got the DMXs, the 50 Cents, the Jada Kisses, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So then when you get guys that are coming out now like Sleepy Hollow and A Boogie and other guys coming out of Brooklyn, it's like,
yeah.
Sheesh. Can you really compete when you got so many legends that have already came out of New York? It's tough. Versus when Biggie originally came out, it was like New York wasn't New York. It was just, part of the rap scene. We could throw Rakim in there as well if we want to. If you choose to. I don't know how we got here. I was just talking about, albums in general and production and things like that. But somehow we got the Biggie.
TJ, why is this your favorite album by J.Cole? Why is this your favorite album by J.Cole?
Why is this my favorite album? Because personally, for me, it's one of the albums I can go that I like every song on it. I definitely probably like almost every song, and it all connects. It all makes sense. Like each one is good. Like Bill Mentality, one of my favorite tracks. I'll jam that any day. For Your Eyez Only, come on. I talked about that earlier.
Yeah, that's a 9-minute track, B.
But it's a 9-minute masterpiece.
Yeah, I don't mind longer tracks.
He told the life of his whole friend in 9 minutes and didn't skip a beat. Like everything was put together. Like Jamil, you gotta go listen to that. Like actually, like sit down here and listen to what the hell J.Cole was saying, and I bet you your opinion will change of the song because that joint was crazy. Like it was no reason for that.
Bro, it's a good song. It's a good song.
I've never been a huge fan of Immortal. That's not really been me. I like J. Cole when he rapping on the slower beats and the more slower beats because that's where J. Cole really do his best work. And I can give prime examples like 2014. You got Love Yours. You got 03 Adolescence. You got tracks like that where there's obviously one of the best tracks on the album. And you can throw Wet Dreams in there if you choose to. All kinds of slow but upbeat or slow methodical tracks is where J. Cole really delivers his work. And being that this whole entire album was like basically slow and methodical beats or slow upbeat beats, he delivered on every track. Like you can't sit here and say that J. Cole had a mediocre lyrical track on this album. I think this is where his best lyrics came out. It wasn't like it won't just catchphrases. It was like he was really spitting.
So what? He was really what?
All right, all right. He had a lot of filler lines, man. A lot of filler. Like Deja Vu, he would repeat the same words or same lines over and over again.
Well, Deja Vu was
the same words with the same
words. Deja Vu, the whole point of that track was just
it was like a spit game track, yeah.
Yeah, it was just him really talking about chasing the girl in his dreams. That's really it. That's really that's why Immortal and Deja Vu don't sit high, because it's just like Immortal was him talking about him not falling to anything that he's faced or his friend faced, and then Deja Vu was him just, he's trying to find the girl of his dreams, or trying to, court or woo, however you want to choose the girl of his dreams. First, when you get to the change and the villain mentality and the For Your Eyez Only, you get to that later part of the album, that's where he really goes to work.
Like when he was talking, for the most part, he talked about death, redemption, and fatherhood a lot throughout the album.
Because people forget that the album was about his friend, and his friend was a gang. He was a drug dealer. One, his friend was a drug dealer, and he was in a low income. And the album was about his friend's life. That's what.
Yeah.
It's about his friend's life. So when people say it's not what it is, J. Cole made an album dedicated to his friend, and I don't think you can That's
I thought he was using his
experience.
I thought he was talking about himself, using his experiences, and then he drew a parallel to his friend's life. So you can listen to the album from J. Cole's perspective and his friend's perspective.
Yep.
So
because both of them had the same thing at the same time. Because when For Your Eyez Only was coming out, J. Cole at the time was I think it was leaked that he had a child on the way, and he got engaged to his high school sweetheart. I think it was leaked at that time. So it all it just all came together at one point. And then when you get to For Your Eyez Only, it's like all the tracks before that he put into one, and he told the whole life story of his friend. That's why that's my favorite track on the album, because he put it all together and put it together in a 9-minute run and just went. So
I did not like that song.
You got Pete because you skip songs on the album, Pete. You told me yourself.
Oh no, I do not. I listened to the whole album.
On the album. So when you be skipping tracks,
TJ, you sound like a J. Cole.
The whole picture.
Yeah, bro, you sound like a true J. Cole fan. Because I definitely don't skip tracks on the album.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm just
and that's
saying.
The last album. That's the last song. How am I going to skip that?
You told me this yourself, Pete. You told me this yourself.
I know I didn't tell you I skipped that track.
You see my part 2, don't ring the bell. You didn't skip that.
Yeah, I fuck with that one.
No, that's not even the last track.
What's that?
I know it's not the last track, Peanut. I know it's the last track. I know it's not. Anyways.
You try to say that I skipped the tracks. I didn't skip any tracks.
So TJ, this is a 10 out of 10 album. 10 out of 10.
I wouldn't say 10 out of 10 because, again, it's not the best I've ever heard out of J. Cole. I've heard better. I just think overall, this is one of his better projects because it's one of his more complete projects. There's no gaps. There's no gaps. To go double platinum on a project where you can't name me a #1 single off of, that's who's doing that? Who's doing that? Because you can't name me a track that would be #1 on any Billboard chart on that album. You can't name me one. So, and for him to go to do the numbers he still did, y'all can say it's because of J. Cole, but trust and believe, the way people work out here now,
Wait, you said what?
Bro, he was already established, so I think the numbers he did was because of his brand.
Do numbers regardless.
Yeah. However, no one's on top forever though, so
his numbers. Any of those tracks could have made #1.
No, he said they did.
None of those tracks could have made #1. Not really.
It's not a #1 single on here, and that's why he also likes it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know where y'all want me to really go with that, but then again, I feel like with this album, if you're a J. Cole fan, you're gonna love it. If you're not a J. Cole fan, you're gonna think it's mid.
Trash.
Whoa.
We're gonna
Man,
ignore what Jamil says. We're just not gonna acknowledge anything he says, anything further from this point. Jamil, he's out of touch with rap
Like,
today.
he did a top 10 song. He did a top 10 song on this album. That's pretty good.
What top 10 song?
Deja Vu was number
Neighbors?
7. Peaked at number
Neighbors.
7.
Neighbors was the only song I think that got that high.
Or Deja Vu was. Deja Vu.
Oh, Deja Vu? Oh, I didn't know that. Dang, Deja Vu.
Neighbors do. I don't know what Neighbors did.
Neighbors did well. I think Neighbors was the most commercially successful track on that album.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I don't want to talk to the president. I want to talk to the man.
Yeah.
For your eyes only. It should have been for his eyes only.
You see, you're lucky your favorite rapper at GOAT. You're lucky. Because if you want to GOAT, I'd really get on him right now.
Who's your favorite rapper? Eminem?
No, that's Peanut.
Okay.
I'm Biggie.
Hey,
Okay.
we gonna get to him in a minute.
In a few episodes, we're gonna come back to Biggie. I don't know if he next or he third, but we're coming back to Biggie.
Yeah.
Then we gotta talk about relapse. Oh, brother, Jesus.
Bro,
Dude, I've never heard of like a full Eminem project. So
no way.
Don't feel bad. We all
His
in
first,
there. But
his
Peanut.
first 3, crazy. But we not talking about him. We talking about Cole.
Jermaine Cole.
Well, then, all right. So for y'all 3, this is obviously not your favorite project by Cole. Then what is your favorite project?
I feel
2014.
like you already know what mine is.
Probably Born Center. No, I'm sorry. Cole Summer 2.
The mixtape?
Yeah, bro.
I say 2014, but then again, I'm not really a Cole fan. So
I know a lot of people, like a lot of the older Cole fans, they gonna rock with his mixtape for any of his albums.
Born Center was fire too, but
It was a good album.
I don't really listen to Cole.
I got 2014. He ain't gonna top that to me. So
Okay, so then, then, and your least favorite would be?
Probably KOD. That shit.
All right.
Was,
I didn't like Cole World, man.
You like the debut? Oh, okay. What about you, Jamil?
man, the off season, man. It's off.
you forget he dropped that album because so much.
I play. We ain't get on
this year.
KOD. It's KOD. KOD is just
So why did y'all not like KOD? Because it's a couple of projects, there's a couple songs on there that Cole was going crazy. Kevin's Hart.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember the album, to be honest. Like 4 years since I've listened to that.
It wasn't enough. It was
Because the album is another, like, I feel like J.Cole followed up with For Your Eyez Only, an album about his friend, another concept album, and it just didn't go anywhere.
that doesn't matter if it's good.
He
But
was talking about drugs in a time where people are severely addicted to drugs. Are people really going to hear that?
it was a good idea. It was a good idea, but the way he did it wasn't good.
So what other better way could you do it, Peanut? He's talking about drugs.
I don't know. I'm not a rapper. I don't put this stuff together. I know
Well,
what I hear though.
You listen to a lot of rap, so I figured
you think a rap care about talking about drugs at the time when people are doing drugs is good or bad or not?
And I need you to hear this. I listen to selling drugs. I listen to people.
Yeah,
it makes sense why you didn't like that album.
Oh
no, because it was. I understand what he did. I just don't like how he did it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, I got you, but all I hear is you just said that you listened to albums about selling drugs, and this was about not selling. This was about getting off those drugs. So it looks like it's
no. That wasn't the point. That wasn't the point I'm trying to make. That wasn't the point I was trying to make.
Oh no, I got your point. I
don't think you did.
I'm just contesting. I'm not guilty.
I just feel like he could have. He could have came harder. He could have came harder.
Fill it out. It's really easy.
Came harder. Okay, all right, that's cool.
I feel like the tape could have been better.
Simple.
Okay. All right. I can go with that. All right. So then my final question would be is the off-season just released. We're gonna talk about this album later in more depth, of course, but just give me your brief, run over of how you felt about that, and then where can Cole go from here? Should retirement come quick, or should he just finish out what he got left and then walk off to the sunset like he plans?
You forget the offseason drop this year.
You don't forget that. You don't
Yes,
forget
you do.
that.
You forget the offseason
I
drop.
don't forget that. People
I want you to ask anybody about the
You
offseason.
do forget. You do forget.
They'll
but
forget. They'll be like, "Oh, dang! I forgot he dropped this year."
But this is the thing, though. Off the better than Certified Lover Boy in Donda.
It's better than Certified. No, wait, fuck, damn.
It's better than Donda. It's smoking Certified Lover Boy. It's smoking that. I don't know what. It's great.
I would say it's better.
I don't care about no numbers or none of that. Cole album better than Drake. That ain't the
So is it the best rap album?
They didn't really drop. They didn't drop Heat either. So
Pusha T hasn't dropped yet, bro.
Who didn't drop yet?
Pusha T dropped. Yeah, he said that a while ago.
Man, I don't care about no damn Pusha T, man. They've been talking about rap for 25 years. Next.
He great at it.
Yeah, he great.
He's a good rapper.
Unfortunately. My man can make a top 10 list of just being able to talk about crack.
But now, the J. Cole is not the best rap album, but it's a conversation. It's not gonna win it though.
All right.
Well, award-wise, it might win it. But as like conversations, stuff like that, I don't think a lot of people are gonna give it to him.
Well, then I should have asked this earlier when we were talking about production albums. Two albums Cole was behind the scenes was Revenge of the Dreamers 3 and Young Thug's album So Much Fun. Are you still interested in Cole's producing still?
Oh, what did you do on the album? If that makes sense.
He just not put him on the level I think he should be on.
But if he produced So Much Fun, which I think is Young Thug's best album personally, not because
he did all the tracks. He did all the tracks.
Huh?
Did he make all the tracks on the album?
I know the one with Travis Scott, the London he did. I think So Much Fun, the first track on the album he did.
If he did like 2 tracks, you can't give him too much. You can't give him too much credit though.
He executively produced that album, so it's not like he was in the trenches making each and every song. Let me reiterate that. That's it. But like, to oversee a project that turned out to be as good as So Much Fun was, can't hate on it.
So he was in the DJ Khaled bag. You see, I ain't touched nothing. I'm just
no. See, DJ Khaled is orchestrated. That nigga made beats.
That's probably what Cole did. He probably say, "Hey, lay this out this way, lay that out this way, layer these sounds." And there you go. Cole ain't touched no machine for nobody else's album. I know he.
Yeah, we're talking about is just beat making or producing skills, like overall.
You can produce.
I wish I could name a beat that I know that J. Cole really made. I don't know.
He did Cold Summer. I know that one.
Oh, see how you calling him producer? You ain't know your boy touching the machine or not.
Well, because I know when what was the song? No Role Models came out. He touched that a little bit. I watched the genius breakdown of that joint. He was trying to tell the producer put birds in it, and he didn't want to put birds in it. So when you hear like the high pitched sound and No Role Models, he reorganized it and then put the birds in it.
Like I know there's videos of Cole sitting there at a keyboard doing this. I know that.
Oh, he did Kevin's Heart, the T minus beat. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, T minus just played the guitar. J. Cole did the rest.
I don't help him. That album.
Seems like it's a lot of J. Cole hating the building right now.
It is. You knew that though.
But nonetheless, we kind of broke down for Your Eyez Only. This wasn't one of our best ones. Hopefully, projects get better.
What is everyone rating out of 10?
Out of 10, I give it a 8 for me.
Jesus.
It is my favorite J. Cole project. Was you said before? seven or 8 for me, man. Just.
I give it a 6.
I'm going to 6.
All right.
Don't ask. No ask.
I'm about to say it too. Watch.
Don't ask me. irrelevant. It's not even gonna get a number from it. It had to be relevant for me to give it some type of number. But if I got to, I give it a 4. I give it a 4.
We hope Jamil has ratings in the future while we talk about albums. So because no project should be irrelevant.
Y'all know his album though, like
because unfortunately
you can't say
that album
you can't say a lot of negative things about his album.
You right. You can't at all.
I can only think of one thing, and we gonna think about. I feel like everybody know what that is. It's one bar. It's one bar that man said.
The big bar. He's gonna suck
some.
some.
Oh my goodness! I know the bar you're talking about. Most suspect bar of all time. We'll definitely get into that. I think next week. I think next time we reconvene here, we talking about Ready to Die. Matter of fact, you know what? That is next week. We gonna talk about Ready to Die. Mm-hmm. We got some questions. We got some serious questions for Ready to Die too. Is it the greatest debut of all time?
That what type of question you got to ask about my boy? Greatness.
It's arguable. It's arguable because when you think about, Get Rich or Die Trying, The Reasonable Doubts, we can throw some R&B albums in there because it's got to be included when we talk about debuts. I'm just saying.
No, if we talking about rap albums.
When we talking about rap, then Reasonable Doubt, Illmatic, you can throw that in there if we chose to.
Cut it out.
Yo, Channel Orange.
Cut it out. Let me tell y'all something.
That's a rap album?
Before we all go,
that's R&B all day.
When we talk about albums, I want you to understand when you say this album better than that album, that album better, are you willing to lose the whole album? Ask yourself that question. When you say,
I think this album is Ready to Die over what album?
Don't. Anything you talk about debuts and best rap album, you say Reasonable Doubt. Are you willing to lose Ready to Die over Reasonable Doubt?
Oh no.
You got an answer now. You ain't got an answer now. Think about it.
We ain't gonna spoil it all, but we definitely gonna dig and we gonna figure out is that really the greatest rap debut of all time? Is it really? That's what we gotta ask, because not only because like Ready to Die, that album had everything you could name, had the hits, had the bars, had some suspect lines in there as well. So it gave you the full rap experience.
A warning. Everything.
We gonna get into it. We ain't gonna spoil it too much, but that's kind of really it, that I got. So this is Music Central. This is something different, man. We coming a little different. Album reviews, These first 5, we can get into our 5 favorite. We got Relapse, we got Anderson .Paak, we got Ready to Die, and we got Gunna as well via PJ. So we gonna talk about all forms of rap, old school. We already did, I guess you could say new school. We can. I guess I don't know what Relapse would consider because that shit came out in 2009, but we'll have to find a category for that. But Anderson .Paak, rap soul, kind of like that, and then you got Gunna with the, guess you could say trap rap if you want to put it there.
The current,
The
current Gunna would be called like the current sounds and stuff.
Yeah, but nonetheless, guys, thank y'all for tuning in to Music Central, and see y'all soon.